What is good, YouTube? I'm making, I think, my first tutorial video. It's just gonna be a short, brief one, and I'm using Maschine, and I'm just gonna show you guys something I like to do a lot. And this is something that is useful if you're new to Maschine or new to producing, and maybe like me in my current situation, you lack plugins. I have a unresolved issue with Maschine where I can't get plugins to work in it, so I've had to like find workarounds to achieve certain things. I'm just gonna preview this beat and then just show you guys, yeah, a little sauce. And the beat a bit later is like this. And this is all just one sample. Alright, so basically what I do is I start off with a sound and create a loop. So this is the loop I created. It's just very simple. Now, like I say, due to the lack of plugins, yeah, I do what I'm about to show you guys, but it's also a really good way to layer, like, structure a beat, have different, like switch ups in the beat, and to the listener or to the artist, it's nice to have a beat that it switches up. It's just not the same loop the whole time, and sometimes that could be quite difficult, especially if you're like quite new to producing. So like I said, in this beat, the whole beat is based off this one loop, but I do things like this with it. Just show you, for example. So that's the exact same, like this. So this is the loop just slowed down, but it gives it that like halftime effect. And then here is sped up, I think. Yeah, here is sped up and it's super quiet, but it's just like layered on top. So when it all plays together, it's like. And then we also here towards the end, this. It's also just sped up. And it's reversed as well. So without the reverse, so with the reverse, this is, I think, a different same melody but different sound and sped up. Oh no, it's pitched down. And that's also reverse. And then here, this one is sped up even more. And this one, the other two are reversed, and this one's not reversed. I'll just play it like how I have it. And if I reverse it, you can hear it sounds like this. Which is also cool, but I just feel like it had more bounce when the one wasn't reversed. But yeah, so I'm going to show you guys how to do it. And just quickly again preview that just off this one loop here. Yeah, so from that one loop you can basically resample it, and that's how I make most of my beats. Is I make my own melody, my own loop, and then I sample it, chop it up, and do different stuff, and you can get quite a lot of versatility from it. And you approach every beat differently, but I'll just again show quickly like the differences in the switch up in the beat. So that's like the beginning. And then what I did, I'll just show you guys here too, is so this sound here, when the beat drops here, I use the same sound, but all I did was in the sampler, I went to here. So you see amplitude envelope, the attack. So here the attack is like at 0, and here with the same sound I put the attack up to 130, and then it sounds like this. Just need a quick solo. So that's with the attack delay, and then that's like a little change. So when the beat drops in, it's the same melody, but it just changes a bit. And one thing that I've learned in my experience in producing is the beat doesn't have to be complicated. It shouldn't be over complex, but you want to make lots of little changes, and that throughout the beat adds to versatility and diversity, and so I just play it from here. So yeah, you get the idea. And now to show you guys how to do it, because this is for beginners. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know you could do it. So, but it's super simple. So here's your loop, right? The loop you want to sample. and then all you need to do is add a new group and add a sound, and in the sound just go to Eternal and go to Sampler. And you don't need to do anything with the sampler itself, at least not yet. Then you go, you see here where you got the keys options here, go to the one underneath, that's the sample icon, and then go to input, and the source should be Eternal. Normally by default it's on external, and that would then record like me speaking, so you want it to record the sound coming from the DAW. So you go Eternal, and then depending on the loop you can set the bars, how long it should record it for. I normally just have it set to 4 bars, and then you just need to press this record button here. Make sure that whatever scene you're on, that you only have the sound playing that you want to sample, and then you can just press start, and it will say waiting for next bar. So then press this button here, and that way the loop will start right at the beginning, and it will cut off automatically after 4 bars. So like this. And then you just, turn the record button off. The sample will show up here. I can go into more depth in other videos about what else you can do in this section, but what's cool is, it's super simple to record it in, and once it's here you can just go to the keys here, so just press away from the sample, and again it depends on what you want to do with it, but I advise, or what I do is, where it says one shot here, I change it to ADSR, and that just means that when you press it, it will stop playing depending on how you play it in, so just an example, if I play the loop, let me just mute that. If I play the loop like this, it cuts off there, and if you have it on one shot, it will just keep playing. And yeah, when you're making beats, at least how I'm gonna use the sample, and most times you're gonna want to have it on ADSR. And yeah, there's different things you can tweak with yourself, like the attack, decay, things that you can mess around with here, and yeah, some other options here. But for the purpose of this video, it's just supposed to be simple and just showing you guys some simple tricks that as a beginner or being new to producing or not knowing how to do this, just to show you guys how to do this. And I think it can definitely like add some source to your beats, and it's just a good thing to know how to do. And this is something you can do in every DAW, but every DAW is just different, and what steps you have to do to get certain effects and whatnot. But anyway, just to now show you a bit. So what will happen is, let's say I set it for 2 bars and I play the sample out, right? Now, in this beat, I decided to keep the key of the beat the same. So that's why the beat, I play it like this. And then what I've done is I'll just show you guys again just for the sake of seeing the process. So you can right click on your group and you can copy it, and where the plus sign is next to it, just press paste and you'll get uh, you know, a duplicated sample. And this is just helpful because you don't want to have to re-record the sample in or anything. This way you can just endlessly, you know, have different sections, different groups where you have the sample, and this allows you to then do stuff like um, so you can pitch this one up. So if you go to pitch, do it 12 semitones, then it's gonna sound like this. And depending, basically in Maschine, when you pitch it, it's actually speeding it up and slowing it down. So you'll see if I pitch it 24 semitones, it will stop here because it's actually speeding up the sample, and vice versa. If you slow it down, it's slowing down the sample. Super slow. Yeah. But it's not an issue, you know. It's just like I say, for example, a lot of you guys will know the plugin halftime. So you have a sample like this, and then you put halftime on it, and it sounds more like this. And it's not the same. You can mess around with things like here, the effects and the attack to get similar effects, or just to make it sound a bit more like halftime. But the main reason for doing this is for doing what I've done in the beat with like the layering, and you can also then reverse the sample just by clicking this button. So and it's popular in the beats, that are hot at the moment, but I think it's just always been a cool thing to reverse a sample. And also I personally enjoy making a loop like I did at the beginning, and then sampling it and being able to pitch it up, pitch it down, reverse it, speed it up, slow it down. And like I said, what's cool about it, then from one sample you can basically layer it on top and have an octave up, an octave down, and just kind of fill the beat up without really having to, add extra sounds and try to play extra things. It just blends well together. And especially having the sample not on reverse, so just normal, and then having the sample reversed, it definitely, definitely adds for cool effect. So yeah, here just for example. Yeah, It's just a lot of versatility at the click of a button once you have the samples in here that you can do. And that's just with the basics. And then again, in this beat, the approach I took, I just kept it in the same key. But another thing you can do, instead of pitching it via the tune button here, you can also like play it on a keyboard. So let's say, that for example, playing F sharp on the second octave. Now you can do that. The only little complication that comes with that is because it's slowing down and speeding it up, it changes the BPM of the beat. But it's really not that problematic because you can just tweak with the BPM until the loop fits. So you can just tone it down a bit, and it's a bit slower still. So you just tweak with it until it's right. Yeah, that was almost it. And sometimes you can do something which I've done a lot too, where you keep the BPM the same and you just play the sample indifferently and chop it up in a way that you just can't even tell the BPM no more. Like, or you don't really notice that it's off. Like, I don't personally like that, but that's just an example. Like, I didn't have to change the BPM. Sounds a little weird, but like, it still works. Um, yeah. I'll do another video going into more depth with samples, because this is a bit more of a simple approach, but there's times when I have this part here, and what you can do is, I'll just show you guys quickly. You can go to slice and make slices, and this is dope to do because then you're like really chopping up your own sample. So then you basically use the S as a start point, E as the end, and you can then just pick out the chops you want. I might as well just show you guys real quick here, just a basic example. Alright, so you can go through the whole sample and do more, but this is just for show to show you guys. And what you do is you go down here and go, I keep it on mono, pattern, create, BPM, auto, that's fine. That can all just stay as it is, and then just press apply. And what that does is it puts the chops on your key, on the keys here. So just let me put this on ADSR again, and then you can do stuff like this. Play with the sample a bit. So See what I'm saying? And I just like, I say, this whole process in general because you can do so much with such a basic loop just made by yourself. I'm just fucking around here, just see what we get. You know? And you get a bit more of that like old school hip hop chops, but it's like with trap shit. Um, I still got quite a bit to learn myself on this aspect. I don't know what happens if I tweak with this stuff. Yeah, see that. So if you change the attack, which I like, it gives it more of that. It's not like hitting straight away. I think sometimes when sounds hit, like when synth or bell sounds, when they hit too instantly, it sounds a bit cheap. I think having a bit of like a delayed like sweep into the sound makes it just sound a bit smoother, you know? You know, and I could go and make like a whole new beat from this now. The only thing I would do is I just want to see what happens if let me tune it. I'm gonna tune it. I'm gonna tune it down. I don't really fuck with that. Yeah, again, this is the same thing where, as I say, when you pitch it up or down, you're gonna have to tweak with the tempo, but you know, that's just part of the process when it comes to doing it this way. Yeah, I like the first chop. Now, just for the hell of it, let's just add some drums. What are we doing? Fucking up the whole beat now, but it's cool. So, basically finished it. Man, I love the drums on that. Alright, guys, that's gonna be it for now. I feel like I uh, blabbled on a bit more than I wanted to, but I hope that can teach you guys something. And I plan on doing some more tutorials. And if you guys in the comments just have any questions or have any requests, then let me know and I'm gonna get on it. But that's it for now. Stay blessed. Much love to y'all. See y'all in the next one.